Right guys, welcome to another beer review, and today we're going over to the first time I've been to this brewery, by the way, to the West Three Brewing Company, and this is the Citra double dry hopped IPA with lactose and pineapple, clocking in at 7% ABV, brewed in collaboration with Beer 52 in Belgium as part of the Raise the Bar celebration. So I'll just quickly read you the blurb on the back. So, a collaboration beer to celebrate our spot at the 2018 Edinburgh, London and Bristol Craft Beer Festivals on the Raise the Bar Newcomers Bar. So, fresh and bright Citra hops collide, I can't read today, Jesus, collide with pineapple, floating on a creamy lactose base with notes of vanilla from a cheeky addition of vanilla pods. So yeah, that sounds absolutely wonderful, doesn't it? And beautiful artwork on the label. Sort of reminds you of some of the cans you used to see from Tired Hands, where it was just the one. Oh god, knocked the microphone then. Apologies about that. But yeah, it reminds you of that on like the wraparound labels you get on cans. But yeah, beautifully designed, really nice typography on the front, and yeah, this sounds absolutely wonderful. So, as is always the case in my Beer 52 reviews, I'll put my referral link down below. So if you're interested, you can get yourself a little bit of a discount on your own box as well, and it helps me out too. So it's all about giving on the Clueless Drinker channel. But yeah, look at that. Isn't that looking wonderful? It's one of those things where I say in like other Stars of IPA reviews, I'm getting a little bit burnt out by like the juicy looking like DDH, BBC, whatchamacallit IPAs. But when you do get them in the glass and they look as wonderful as that, it's like, yes, I am ready for this. Not had really a hazy like IPA for a good little while now, but yeah, that looks like pineapple juice. You can definitely tell that the pineapple is in there. It's got that sort of like slight chalkiness to it as well, so it's not really luminescent, but it is still bright. Haze for days, murk for months, and the beer poured with about 2 fingers worth of a white creamy looking head. Look at that, smooth as silk. But yeah, looks absolutely terrific in this glass. So let's see what we get on the nose. Bountiful amounts of Citra in there. Dip your nose in there once again, Peter. Keep it hygienic. You get like a subtle sweet sort of pineapple tone, but not really too much. There's a little bit of vanilla in there also, again, not too much. You get that slight creamy yogurty vibe from the lactose, but again, not too much. To me, that is all about that Citra hop, and on the aroma alone, they've utilised it beautifully. Citra is one of my favourite hops. I love it. I love citrusy sort of flavours anyway, but yeah, you definitely get the Citra hop in there. But it's really nice and bright. It's not too overly flavourful, which is, how can that be a bad thing? Sometimes it can get a little bit overwhelming with some of the aromas that you get with certainly some beers like this, but it's the gentleness, it's like the subtlety, the roundedness, and there's really no like sort of extravagance about it, which I personally welcome, because I enjoy these styles of beers, but sometimes I think they've gone a little bit too far, where I'm not criticising it because I'm against experimentation. You can't grow if you don't experiment, and that's what I love a lot about the craft beer world, is the experimental side of it, the whole cultural aspect of it. But sometimes it just doesn't work, but beautiful on the nose. So let's see if it delivers on the taste and that body. Cheers. Oh, it's wonderful. It's Citra all the way. If you love the Citra hop, you're going to love this one. Definitely pick up the vanilla and the lactose in there, and it works well. It is literally like drinking more of like a lemon yogurt, if you can drink a lemon yogurt. You know, where you get like the compote and you mix it in. That's the sort of vibe you're getting from this. The pineapple's there. It's nice and soft. Not too in your face, though, not too overwhelmingly sweet. And that's the same with the vanilla and the lactose, because vanilla, personally, I can give or take vanilla a lot of the time. Sometimes it's just not used correctly, where you just get this overwhelming of vanilla taste, which I'm not a big fan of. But this is smooth as silk. What's the ABV on this one? 7% ABV? No way, mate. That is not 7%. That's drinking way too easily. It's not got the heaviest body, but it's got a lovely belty feel. And there's a really pronounced flavour on the back end, which I'm trying to pick out, but it's like this big juicy burst almost. I think that the pineapple's really coming out on the back end and mixed with that hoppy bitterness from the Citra hops. It's the IPAs like this that breathe life into what I do personally think has become an oversaturated sort of market within craft beer. But when, you know, there's going to be that's going to happen. It's the trend, it's what's popular, it's probably the biggest seller all around the world is a hazy New England style IPA. And you know what, to its credit, it's about 2 years since the big boom came to the UK, or maybe a little bit shorter than that. And we're still producing some cracking beers in that style. Yeah, it's like a tart lemon yogurt on the back end, and it's absolutely lovely. I've never had that before in a beer, but it works beautifully. It's like lemon drizzle cake almost. But yeah, that Citra hop is just absolutely wonderful. They use that beautifully. The only thing I would say is it could do with maybe a little bit more body for a 7% ABV IPA. Or 7 ABV. That's just a nitpick if there ever was one. So this still to me gets a 9.5 out of 10. Absolutely fantastic. It's definitely the best beer from the box so far. Got a few left, but they're mainly darker beers. Got another one from West Free, which is another sort of double dry hopped IPA, so looking forward to having that one. But if you love your fruited IPAs and you want to taste that fruit and you don't want like acid burn on the back end, you just want a nice balanced IPA that is still flavourful, then I hope that they brew this or have a regular version of this, because that is a beer that they need to brew again, because that's absolutely lovely. So 9.5 out of 10 for West Free Brewing Company's Citra double dry hopped IPA with lactose and pineapple. Does it actually have a proper name? I'm not too sure. You'll see it in the description and the title of the video. So if you've tried this or any of the other beers from the brewery, then let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. If you've tried this month's box, I know it's sort of split opinions from what I can see. I've personally quite enjoyed the beers. It would just be nice to have a little bit more variety with breweries, because you're essentially only getting 3 breweries worth of beer. You're getting like 4 from each brewery, which, you know, if you've never had anything from the brewery, that's great. You get to try a few of their beers and to get an idea of what they do, because there's a nice balance of light beers and a nice balance of dark beers. But maybe just one more brewery and then just having 3 beers from each brewery. I think that would have worked out nicely. But you know what, fair play to Beer 52 for putting this event on and showcasing some breweries that, well, I'd heard of some of the breweries, but I'd never tried any of their beers. I got to now, and I'm definitely going to be looking for their beers when I do my next beer haul. So in the grand scheme of things, I think they've done pretty well with this box. And yeah, so if you've tried any, let me know your thoughts and opinions. If you're a fan of Beer 52, if you're a fan of the brewery, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Recommendations are always welcome. My fruited IPA playlist will be down below if I remember to put it there. Check out West Free, check out Beer 52, click on that referral link, check out my Beer 52 playlist. If any of my friends have failed beer reviews I reviewed this one, then I'll put their links down below. And more importantly, thank you for watching, and I shall hopefully see you all later. Cheers.